Hi guys, Aaron Doerr here with IGO, the weekend update for you guys. Guys, we're going to pause today and not talk about state politics and rather focus on what's happening right now in Washington, D.C. We're getting tons of questions from you guys about the federal assault weapons ban that is making progress in Washington, D.C. right now in the wake of the Parkland, Florida shootings. This is going to be House Rule 5087. I don't have the Senate number right now, but it's House Rule 5087, the companion bill to Senator Dianne Feinstein's similar assault weapons ban over in the Senate. And guys, in the wake of the Parkland, Florida shooting, these bills are racking up co-sponsors at an alarming rate, including Iowa's own Congressman David Loebsack, who has now signed on to this attempt to crack down on your right to keep and bear arms. You guys, a lot of times people have a confusion about what an assault weapon actually means. Let me tell you really clearly, this bill, this is again, it's House Rule 5087, specifically bans 169 different types of firearms. Not just like the scary, black rifles like the AR-15. I'm talking rifles, shotguns, handguns, all kinds of firearms. And the definition is so broad that many other firearms would fit this category besides the 169 firearms that you and I can currently own today that become illegal under House Rule 5087. So guys, we're going to urge you guys to take a moment and sign our petition to your Iowa congressional leaders telling them to stand up for the Second Amendment, to oppose any gun control, obviously here in Iowa, but in this case at the federal level, that you oppose any attempt to blame gun owners for what happened in the Parkland, Florida shooting. The bill does more than just ban certain types of firearms, though. It also has no grandfather clause. And so it doesn't just ban future purchases. This bans the current possession, the transfer, the sale, the possession of these firearms. So in other words, you can't buy them, you can't own them, and you can't give them away. It would literally make instantaneous felons out of millions of Americans who currently legally own these firearms. Again, you can't give them away, that's a transfer. You can't sell them, that'd be illegal. You can't possess them, so I don't know what you're supposed to do, but you're going to be in trouble if this bill becomes law because there is no grandfather clause. And also, guys, the bill does not just deal with firearms, it specifically deals with magazines as well. And of course, you guys have all heard about the magazine ban. This is a part of this bill, and it would be a crime for you guys to own magazines that hold more than 10 rounds of ammo. So this bill continues to expand in its scope, and it continues to pick up new co-signers. The bill in the House, again, this is House Rule or HR 5087, has over 170 co-sponsors, including Iowa Congressman Dave Loebsack. So guys, we need you guys to sign your petition today opposing this gun control push and telling the Iowa congressional delegation no to gun control of any sort, of any kind. And it's not just Dave Loebsack who needs to hear from you. We have Senator Grassley as well as Congressman Young who have expressed their support for a bump stock ban. These are firearms accessories that had nothing to do with the situation in Florida, that simply change how a rifle operates or how it looks, and they're trying to use the situation in Florida to ban these accessories. Don't get hung up on what this accessory actually does. It doesn't matter if you like a bump stock, if you don't like a bump stock. The point is, every time a violent crime takes place, the knee-jerk reaction of politicians, including right here in Iowa, is to try to make things illegal. Take firearms, take accessories, blame gun owners. And guys, if you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. This is how this game is played. Today it's a bump stock. Tomorrow it could be a 15-round magazine. The next day it could be an AR-15. If you give these guys an inch, they always take a mile. So help us fight back, guys, again, by signing your petition opposing the assault weapons ban taking place right now in Washington, D.C. It's amazing to have this. I was doing an interview a couple days ago with an AP reporter over in eastern Iowa who was questioning us, and he was saying, well, doesn't the situation in Florida make you guys, pause or kind of reconsider your commitment to this issue? Or I'm not sure how you phrased the question, but in other words, don't you guys want to take a step back? And our answer is no and hell no. The only thing that we know definitively in the wake of the Parkland, Florida shooting is that gun control in the government was a complete and abysmal failure at stopping violent crime. What happened in Florida? The shooter went through a federal background check, didn't stop anything. The shooter bypassed the state and federal gun-free zone laws, didn't stop him at all. The shooter was reported to the FBI numerous times. They didn't do a thing. They didn't even forward the tip onto their field office in Miami. Local law enforcement had been to this individual's house 39 times in the 2 years prior to the shooting. Didn't stop anything. Law enforcement was on the scene of the shooting. They did not even go inside to stop the shooter in the middle of his killing spree. So what we know is that the Parkland, Florida shooting, like all the rest of the shootings before that, does nothing to give credibility to gun control. Rather, it makes it obvious the only way to stop violent crime is to put more guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens. That is the best way to stop a violent crime. Not to ban accessories, not to blame bump stocks, not to blame AR-15s, not to ban 30-round magazines. And again, don't get hung up on the accessory. It doesn't matter if you like a bump stock. It doesn't matter if you like the AR-15. It doesn't matter if you like a 30-round magazine. Gun owners have to realize that today it's a bump stock. Tomorrow it's going to be something else. And again and again and again until we have no firearms rights left. Help us fight back. Help us tell Congressman Loebsack, who's already co-sponsored this assault weapons ban, that Iowans reject gun control. We do not support it. We will actively work, to make sure that those politicians who do support it hear from us at election time. So guys, again, sign your petition today. There's links above and below this video. And if you're not involved with IGO, I'd ask you guys to get involved with our organization today. Nobody fights harder here in Des Moines. Nobody pulls fewer punches than we do here in Des Moines. And nobody, we don't exist to protect politicians. We exist to protect your gun rights, but we can't do it alone. So guys, if you're not yet a member of IGO, make sure and join today. We have t-shirts for certain membership levels. We have lifetime membership plaques and options. We're here to make it easy for you guys to get involved, but do get involved in this fight. We need you guys on deck here in Des Moines. Much more to come next week, and thank you very much.